Episode 5. The mystery of the theft at the restaurant, Trattoria, I forgot the name, remains unsolved for now. One more clue though, and we should be on our way. I was actually thinking about the cupboard from last time, and maybe the thief, after getting the ship in a bottle, went to the cupboard to get a bottle opener, or an uncorker, or whatever that tool is called, to remove the cork from the ship in the bottle, and also the wine bottle that they were stealing from, and that's why it was open. I actually don't recall if they said something to that effect, and I just glossed over it, but that would make sense to me why that was open. One less mystery, I guess, probably. Now for the actual mystery. Something left over here. We already talked to all three of the people around here. Yes, Pawn, I know Giovanna lives near the phone booth. We've talked. Maybe I need to talk to someone here, in case they saw the thief go by. That's just the same dialogue as last time. Same thing here. So it doesn't look like there's anything different in this area. And actually, the puzzle pieces went away, as the tutorial told me, indicating that this is not the place for the puzzle, or the mystery. I was wondering, you can open this up in the non-puzzle areas, which would be maybe good for getting thumbnails if I time it right. Somewhere there, I don't know. The camera's moving too quickly. Just a minor thing. It's just something I have to worry about in every game that I play, in every episode. Are you directing us towards the phone booth, like as a hint? No. Here's an idea. Let's walk over this way and see when the puzzle pieces disappear. Okay, they disappeared. That's outside the range. Meaning the last piece is somewhere here. It could be through dialogue, but I think we talked to everyone already. We could talk to... what was her name again? Bruna. One more time after having scanned that wall there. But I think it'll just be the same. No, it's just the same. And we can't investigate over the wall. Because going there would require... well, I don't know how we'd get there. Unless we somehow went through the backyard of the Beaver couple's house. Can we ask them about that? I talked to them before scanning the branch, but now that I've scanned it, maybe I can ask them about their backyard? No. I'm at a loss. Hey, I didn't know I could scan these. It's Taurus. Luckily you can't see it during the sunset, or it would have been a problem. What does that mean? Is that a bull joke with the sun? Do I really have to say anything? Don't worry, Pawn. A bit of peace and quiet every now and then is wonderful. What was that? Why did that happen after I scanned that thing? Weird. Well, there are a few of those constellations I haven't scanned yet. I'll have to go back and see the ones I already found. But the actual mystery here... points of interest are the restaurant, this wall, which we already scanned, Giovanna's house, and I can't think of anywhere else, really. No differences to speak of. This is why the Joker card exists, but I would feel terrible for using it. What about inside? This is no longer the investigation zone. Han, you've brought a truly top-notch girl to help me out. Come back and see me whenever you can. I was already planning to. Lunch at your place is a must on the Borgia Marina tour. What do you say, Diana? It'd be a pleasure to investigate the restaurant's menu. Another time. If it takes the entire episode, then and only then will I consider using the Joker card. I really should give up sooner though, shouldn't I? It might not even be something from the chrono lens here. It could just be, oh, okay, here we go. Huh. I guess it's just kind of blended in for me. Thanks, Pawn. Could have used that earlier. How strange. Lakshua leaves his boat here. I didn't read it all. Maybe if I walk away and... Tell me about the boat again. How strange. Lakshua leaves his boat here when he's not using it. Didn't really miss anything, but... I guess all I had to do was walk out onto the beach and I would have been pointed towards it. But yeah, this is one of those things that you could see and maybe think is a clue just by looking without the chrono lens. But it's also something that just looks natural as part of the scenery. Like, why would it be strange for a boat to be missing? Boats are meant to be out on the water. It seems one of the boats has been missing since last night. My brother Lakshua always beaches his boat here. Did the thief use it? One of the boats on the beach appears to be missing. Was it used by the thief? Was it stolen? And that wraps it up. Bring it on. How do you know that wraps it up, Diana? Just your uncanny detective sense? The thief managed to escape Mama Lucia's place without being seen. But how? Now we know, after having this done a few times, exactly how this game works. We have to fill out 3 turns. Never mind. I thought I knew exactly how it works, but I don't. Last time, there were 4 checkboxes on the left, in the upper left, and 4 turns. This time there are 6 turns and only 3 checkboxes, but I still have to get the order of events correct. First things first, I think. Ernesto, wondering about the unusual rainstorm the night before, was on the porch at the time of the theft and should have seen something. His fear of lightning, though, seems to have made it hard for him to concentrate. Would he have been there before everything went down? And I guess the porch is actually on the 2nd floor. I didn't realize that. Isn't that more of a veranda? I don't know. The thief arrives at the piazza. Mama Lucia was robbed. The thief escapes without being seen. In that order. I think. I think Ernesto was here before the robbery occurred. Judging by the way that the cone is laid out, it's leaving a very obvious blank spot in front of the restaurant itself. Which, and I'm just doing this because of the game design, leads me to believe that the thief arrived while Ernesto was still out, got into the restaurant, and then Ernesto left, removing his cone, which would mean that the thief's escape route was by boat. I was wondering between the branches and the boat, if they escaped by climbing the fence or if they escaped by boat. Or if there was like a red herring with one of the two. Like if this was destroyed by the storm, or if the thief tried one method, only for it to fail to try another method. But knowing what I just said about Ernesto probably being here the whole time, I think the thief entered through here, climbing over the fence for whatever reason, I'm not sure why, and then dropped down while Ernesto was still here, down the stairs, or the side of the stairs, got into the restaurant, did their dirty deed while the comforting talk was happening. I'm not sure which one of these two goes first. Then Ernesto leaves after hearing lightning, at which point the thief was free to leave on the missing boat by crossing his now gone cone of vision. Yeah, I can see it. Broken branches. The thief arrives on the scene. They knock on the door, still outside of Ernesto's cone of vision. Oops. I thought they would have jumped down the side of the, down the side of the stairs there. If they were so keen to jump over the fence. I guess not. So then Ernesto leaves earlier. Gotcha. Then couldn't he just leave at the very beginning? Huh? He came back out? That's not what I thought would have happened. I wish there was a do-over, but I guess that would make it too easy. Like a do one turn over kind of thing. Kind of have to go through all this. Thief arrives on the scene. Then Ernesto leaves and stays away. Does he stay away if the thief is out for some reason? I see. Oh right, he did say he came back out, didn't he? I think he did. So the thief just used that opportunity to get in. Then they knocked on the door, creating quite a ruckus. And hid back in the shadows. Giovanna calls her mom. And out she comes to have that comforting talk. Okay, and then there goes Ernesto one more time. I think that does follow kind of what he said about coming back out and then going back in. I didn't realize that it would happen, but I think him coming back out the last time I tried to make him leave the first turn was just kind of the programmed in behavior. Like Ernesto is programmed to stay out on the porch until turn 3, and programmed to leave beginning turn 4, even though you don't play any cards to that effect. Just some behaviors about how this whole board game situation works. The comforting talk, or rather, it hard to tell which of these happens first, but I assume the robbery would be what we focus on next. Because the comforting talk card could potentially include her going back to the restaurant. Yep, and then that's her going back. And the thief leaves, in the cover of darkness. Yeah, so Ernesto actually went in and out like 3 different times here. I don't think his dialogue said that. He might have just been like a fun little stage hazard that you had to plan your cards around. But he's gone now. And Ernesto one more time, in case you forgot about him. Or was his name Eduardo? No, it was Ernesto, right? Now I get it. The thief was really quick, as if they've been planning this for some time, and have studied every move. And after taking the stolen goods, they fled by sea. Imagine that. Who knows where they could have gone? In order to continue the investigation, I need a boat of some sort. Maybe I'm getting out of my depth. But it shouldn't be too hard to find one. Maybe someone rents some. Oh well, I'll worry about that later. For now, I'll just keep looking around. I am on holiday after all. We did it. Achievement. What do you think of that, Pawn? Well, now we have to solve the mystery of his brother's missing boat. And all we have left to do is talk to Chia. Just to check, now that we solved the mystery, anything new? Do you just like staring at people, or do you actually want to ask me something? Are you really hanging out with that fool Pawn? Evidently, yes. I never figured you were so desperate, dummy. But I bet you even like his poems. I see what's going on. I don't know anything about this poetry, but do tell. Thanks for solving my mom's problems, I guess. I couldn't cover Sebastiano's ears any longer. One of Lucia's characteristics is her intensity. I did learn a whole bunch of new swear words, though. Anything else? You know, my favorite things when I'm left alone? You got it. Bye-bye, fatty. Again, there's that fatty. It's good, isn't it? This fat? I think so. Well, since she had dialogue, maybe her mom had dialogue too. I'm busy right now, dear. Come back later, okay? Okay. We're busy too. Well, not really. We're on holiday. During village festivals, this piazza comes alive like you can't imagine. I guess that explains why there are so many tables, for festivals mainly, or whatever. But thinking about that holiday, Diana just kind of left the day, or the same day she had a class with her professor. Does she have like online classes anytime soon? Is she actually on holiday? I guess sometimes college schedule allows you to just drop everything and go to a scenic Italian Borgo Marina, or whatever. Oh hey, this thing that people do with locks, for eternal love or something. I'm glad they added this little detail, it's nice. Oh, did something just pop out? Nope. Just a little minor thing, I guess because of the loading between zones. I did notice the frame skip a little. Kind of barren over this way, but yeah. Probably a lot of rock cliff faces and the Italian countryside are just kind of nondescript like this, in its own sense. The barrenness is kind of beautiful too. I got a whole bunch of new cards. Mainly just want to look at the location ones because I didn't get all of the lore about them. First of all, photo and photo. Pawn's photo store. All the magic moments captured in his snapshots are on display. A window into Borgia Marina's history. Pawn and Nexua's father used to run it. Mama Lucia's trattoria. Intimate and familiar. It's Mama Lucia's throne room. Delicious regional food is served with nice background music. A must try. Sounds nice. The Piazzale Miramare. The seaside piazza. One of Borgia Marina's oldest parts, made famous by Mama Lucia's trattoria. Piazza Santa Margherita. The square in which the eponymous church is built. The windrose at the center, is a symbol of fishermen, sea towns, and those who are looking for a way home. I didn't know that. Porto Vecchio, the pier of Borgia Marina, a safe haven for fishermen and their beloved boat. It's not so loved by fish. Lido del Fumetista, the main beach. Uh-oh. Diana is thinking in Italian again. That's what happens to people with bilingual capabilities. Sometimes they just think in their native tongue. One more time, Diana, please, for me. Maybe if I do that, and then this. Just reload it. Damn. Unfortunately, Diana is going to be thinking about this only in Italian terms. I am not going to try to read it. Something about relaxing and competitiveness. Probably the marbles. $800 cards. Some of them are going to be glitchy, I guess, or it's probably not a glitch that it wasn't translated, maybe it was an oversight. I have noticed, though, that sometimes when scrolling back and forth between the tabs here, one of the tabs in the top ended up being in Italian as a glitch, not as a mistranslation, just as something that, I guess, didn't trigger correctly with the English setting. Doesn't really matter. Anything to talk about? No. Oh yes. Huh. I'm surprised we can talk about these. Well, this one obviously, but Tanu. I wonder why Tanu is always so grumpy with everyone. Tanu can be touchy, rude, angry, grumpy, and even a bit of a dizzy at times. But he's not a bad person, believe me. You just need to know how to handle him. Look at Mama Lucia. When she's with him, Tanu is as sweet as a kitten. That's because when Mama Lucia gets mad, you want to run for the hills. She could turn over a tank. Remind me never to make a fuss about the bill at her trattoria. Speaking of the trattoria, forget the Saracen Tower, forget the crystalline sea. The true symbol of Borgia Marina is Mama Lucia's trattoria. I remember the first lunch I had at her place. Breaded minute steak. Is that minute steak or minute steak? Breaded minute steak. Mama Lucia is so good, you'd do anything for a plate. Something new. Actually, just to confirm, since I was just looking at those cards. Does that update the... Okay, it doesn't make the Trattoria actually a new exclamation mark. It just adds in this new bullet point. Borgo Marina just wouldn't be the same without it. I actually thought that would be about the stake. I think this is that same saint we saw in the fresco. Could be a different saint. Hey, a fisher. No one's answering. I know. You've all got it in for poor old Peppino. All the boats blown over. And who will set them right again? Peppino, that's who. All the nets torn to shreds. And who will fix them? Poor old Peppino, that's who. And what has Peppino ever done to trouble the dark waters? Oh. Peppino, you know what you've done. Poor Peppino. Yeesh. Oh, it's like Sua, your brother. I can't say that I see the resemblance, but, Was this your little brother? I thought I heard that he was, but maybe I'm conflating that with something else. He seems way more grizzled and older than Pawn. He's a bit young to be a fisherman, but he does already seem pretty rugged. Maybe it's the sea air. Are we not actually talking to him? I guess not. Now as for where we're going, it was this building here. So we're free to knock on every other door.
Yoo-hoo.
What's written there? Closed due to flooding. Come back tomorrow. I guess being flooded in a fish shop would be a problem. All of the fish would just be jumping out of the stands and swimming away. No, they're already dead. A boat rental. Perfect. But I'll have to come back tomorrow. What? Does the boat rental not work because everything is flooded too? Nah, it's because Diana doesn't have any money. And because people are out, I guess. We can just steal a boat. A boat trip would be nice. Shame the boat rental is closed today. Another riddle. His name in Italian deceives his color. I can't think of anything. Another Italian puzzle. I'll need your help, Diana. Colors in Italian probably aren't that hard to discern if they were in front of you, but I wouldn't know them on top of my head. Alright, time for the other quest. Cheazione. That's the name. Chea lives here. Chia? I'm gonna say Chea. Maybe Shea? Probably Chea. Right, and this is continuing the investigation at the estate. All the way down here, in the opposite side of town. What have we here? It's kind of low res, but it looks like family photographs. Looks like that's a younger Chea, I would guess, in the background there. The pattern on the head seems right, the color. And then standing in the foreground doing a peace sign, someone that she's jealous of having won something. Was Chia a girl? Chea? I don't actually know. I think so. Can't really tell from here. And then this in the top. I guess that's Che on the right and someone else on the left. Oh no, wait, it's the same guy. Both of their faces are covered in soot. Looks like they're co-collaborators, or just collaborators, but also competitive with each other. What have we here? Someone doing some art in their spare time. Kind of hard to see. Nice embrace. 2 mice. Was that actually drawn of some real people? As in like 2 mice characters that I haven't met yet? Interesting place. Ah, here's one. One of the tool cabinets that you see everywhere. I typically expect them to be red, but this does pretty much match the shape and general drawer allocation that I would expect. And the one on top of it, that is also something that you usually see on top of this kind of thing. Anywhere in the world you can find this sort of thing. I've seen several throughout my life. Nice and organized. Though I'd expect them to be in the drawer. I guess they get some use. Chea. Chea? I'll just decide on Chea. Hey, super genius. I've got some news for you. Hey, Pawn. What is it? You want me to introduce you to your girlfriend? Ah. Hey, hi. Nice to meet you. I'm Diana. Pleasure. So when and how did you two meet? Diana arrived in town yesterday. We met outside Orlando's villa, and I'm giving her a tour of Borgo Marina. Yeah. By the way, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions, if you don't mind. I'm carrying out an investigation for Orlando. Right, she's even a detective. Pawn, don't let this one get away, alright? We only just met. I'm still here, by the way. Has that ever been a problem for you before? Anyway. What do you want to know? I'm quite busy, so if you could make this quick, you'd be doing me a favor. Of course, right. According to Orlando, you made the locks on his house, is that right? Beautiful, functional, and bomb-proof? Yep, I made them. Bomb-proof maybe, but not thief-proof. It seems someone forced them open last night. What? Illogical, impossible, inconceivable, simply absurd. Unless... I made a gadget a while ago, a prototype of a universal skeleton key. I was sick of always carrying my keys and carabiners around. I should have it in my workshop somewhere, I just have to look for it. Here's what we'll do. You get out of the way, you could do me a favor in the meantime. Bring this snorkel to Lectua. He's a fisherman friend of mine. You'll find him just outside on the pier. How will I recognize him? The oh-so-friendly stonefish-looking man dressed in green. You can't miss him. And you're going to keep an eye out for the gadget, right? What do you take me for? Now get out of here. I've got work to do. Well, well, well. A red heart. The village mechanic. When her inventions aren't making a racket, she does with her infectious laughter. Chia, how do you feel about tours of Borgo Marina? Snorkel, a diving respirator made by Chia. It doesn't look the part, but it's much more than just a simple snorkel. A diving respirator. Does that actually let you go further than actual snorkels do? I'm assuming we can't invite her to come out while Pawn is following us. but she'll be busy looking for things anyway. Don't you have anything else? Anything better to do? So I think we got a lot of optional dialogue there, since Pawn was with us. A lot of that conversation just seemed to be between Diana and Chia, at least the latter half. So it seems like you can just tack on extra conversation depending on who is accompanying you. Something to look out for. I'll probably want to have at least one buddy with me at all times, depending on whose little side commentary I want during some major events. If I can have them with me. Hey, Lexua. Have you already met Diana? Lexua? I'll go with Lexua. No. Why should I care? Well, anyway, she's new. And I think she wanted to tell you something. Diana? Yeah. Your friend, Chia, told me to give you this. Thank her for me. See? And you said, why should I care? Tut. You're scaring off the fish. Be quiet. As you wish. Well. The brother, Lexua. A fisherman with a noticeable scar on his face. As if he wasn't mysterious and smoky and attractive enough. It looks like he doesn't like talking. That only makes him more desirable. His scar is terrifying as it is beautiful. I see your game.
Okay.
Not today, Lexua, but maybe tomorrow, or the day after. We'll get you to have coffee with us. Where am I going now? Right. She should be done searching for it. Apparently. Wait a second. Let's just find a bench real quick. Right over here. Before we progress the plot. Not really a bench, but we can sit here. I'm pretty sure we can talk about... Yep, Lexua, and even Chia. Chia. What did I decide on? Whatever. Your brother. You and Lexua are like night and day. Yeah, I'll say. That's the whole appeal, isn't it? What I mean is, I'd never have thought you were related. You're so cheery, so open, whereas he... well... I know, my brother is quite a somber guy. A lone wolf in a way. Instead, I prefer a bit more of a hot mess, as Tony would say. But we love each other, and that's what counts. Would your brother say the same? Chia. I've got to say, I don't really understand what most of Chia's inventions are for. We've only just met. But I guess this dialogue is more suited for after you've known her for a bit. I don't think Chia cares much about the usefulness of her work. After all, how many things in the world can you create, build, and invent? Have you ever thought about how boring it would be if everything was useful for something? Many of Chia's gadgets are the result of her passion, and that's enough to make them a success. If only she dedicated a bit of her passion to tidying up the shelves from time to time. You can't run while this is out, apparently. Oh. Is this the guy? From the photo? In the photo, he's taller than Chia, but... I guess this is when she was young, so... maybe he didn't get much taller after they both grew up. He doesn't look like an inventor type. Although, maybe he's the kind of salesman inventor type. We'll find out as soon as I talk to him.
Allora?
Just a second, I have to finish solving something. Oh, it's the mayor. Yep, he looked like the mayor. You've only got to solve is this simple equation. I didn't expect this from you, Chia. Listen, for the third time, the equation is right. It's not a theoretical problem, it's practical. The spring can't withstand the tension and breaks. And why do you think it breaks? Because you're putting too much load on it, asking too much from it. Wow, you really don't get it, do you? Listen, thanks for coming by, but I'm real busy right now. I'm not getting any of this. Yeah, I guess he's some kind of inventor type turned politician. If you'd prefer, I can come back later, no problem. No, don't bother. We're done. Yes, we're done. Deep down she knows I'm right. Oh, and it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Signorina. I'm Girolamo Malagamba, the mayor of Borgo Marina. Malagamba? Borgo Marina's little mayor. He has a prosthetic hand because he lost his during the war. I thought he was maybe like a childhood friend of Chia. Maybe still could be, but if he was in the war and also maybe quite old enough to be in the position of mayor, as I typically expect an older person to be in that position, maybe around 50s or 60s or something. And maybe he's like a mentor to Chia, or I don't actually know Chia's age. The pleasure is mine. My name is Diana. A real pleasure. Lovely to meet you. Hugs and kisses, all the best. See you around, Mr. Mayor. Goodbye, Mayor. We'll get to know each other better soon, Diana. Good day. I delivered the snorkel. Maybe next time you'll have me make a delivery to a less friendly guy, huh? Hey, poor like Shua. What? Oh, well done. Oh my, he was right. About the equation. How about you? Did you find your contraption? Oh, right. Thanks for reminding me. Actually, you reminded me I've been robbed. This day is going from bad to worse. What? Someone stole it from you? We're not even done with the current mystery up in the clues tab on the top. And we've got another mystery nestled within the mystery. As expected. That's right. Disappeared into thin air. I'll never be able to repair the flaws. It's so frustrating. I hope the thief goes deaf from using it. Deaf? The skeleton key works great, but makes a lot of noise every time you use it. I never had to have the time to fix it. So that was a mechanical noise Orlando heard. I forgot about that detail. I'm glad you remembered, Detective Diana. Chia's prototype. Chia's experimental skeleton key makes a lot of noise. At least, she says it does. Thanks, Chia. You've been a great help. Your prototype might just be the key to it all. Yeah, Diana, it's a key. Well, technically speaking, it is. But thanks. Oh, I got it. What's your name again? Diana. Right. See you around. If you need a great mechanic, one that's really good at their job, do come see me again. Okay, Mystery Thief, it's just me and you. Now how did you get away with it? Guess we're solving the mystery all the way on the opposite side of town. It's fine. Now I've forgotten these details since the episode I recorded it, but there was messy drawers on the second floor, books on the ground, also on the second floor. And then the open chest on the first floor. The first thing to happen would have to be the prototype key. The actual front door is past that door, but yeah. The thief came in. Wait. Sees the thief escaping. That's why you're the detective, Diana. I am completely out of my element here. I didn't realize Orlando would come out of his office like that. Yeah, I'm forgetting the details of what Orlando's account was. He heard the noise as the thief was escaping, which means they were already inside before they used the key? How does that make sense? And how would I know which of these comes first? If they came into a window or something, maybe. We'll just go with the drawers first. We don't need to know how the thief got in first. I guess we're just constructing the escape. Books on the ground. And I don't think we ever heard anything about what the thief actually found. Just that nothing was stolen. Then on the first floor, before escaping with the key, apparently. Huh? I didn't realize that was a thing. No one ever told me about a creaky floorboard. This is just Diana's natural detective sense. She only needed to walk on those stairs once to know that the floorboard would be creaky enough for the thief to alert Orlando. But I see now. One more time. I guess this is just one of those things. The creaky floorboard isn't something that they, at least I don't think, talked about prior when we were investigating the mystery. It's just added as something to kind of gamify how you're deciding the order of events. I guess that's also kind of a fun part of the mystery, so that would be books first. Then the drawer, and then goes downstairs on the opposite side. Oh, fast forward. Then the chest. No floorboard on that side apparently. And finally, for some reason, leave using the key. Even though you should be able to unlock the door from the inside. How does that make sense? I don't understand. The thief left with Chia's skeleton key, but I have no idea how they got in. Right, that is still the mystery. But why would they have to leave with a skeleton key? Maybe it's the kind of door that locks from both ways. It doesn't really make sense, but maybe older houses are designed that way in Italy, some of them. I don't know. Better talk to Orlando as soon as possible. I guess we're going right there? Is that what this is? Okay. Well, it'll save me the trip. Still hanging out, huh? I guess it's no problem. Pawn doesn't mind, right? He's our little Watson, even though I'm kind of the Watson. Oh, he really is our little Watson. Was Watson shorter than Holmes? Was that like a characterization thing? I don't know. Get out of there. If anyone is clueless around here, it's me more so than anyone else. Maybe I'll leave you alone, okay? See you later, alright? First, continue our tour. Inseparable. And then, I do actually want to see the dialogue that happens when I manually end the tour. First of all, I hope your introduction to Borgia Marina was to your liking. If I hadn't become a photographer, I'd have been a great tour guide. Anything else? Mama Lucia is so good and kind. But I'm pretty sure I heard the windows rattling as she passed by, after she found out about the theft. Not to mention some of the things she said. I didn't even know such insults existed. Anything more? I'd take any excuse to get away from work and go for a walk. He might have more, but I think we're done. Let's split up. See you later, then. Does he walk back to the photo shop on his own, or guess he just kind of stands there?
Hey.
But we can make him follow us. Which means we have the option to drag him around town wherever we want, split up with him, and park him anywhere we want him to be. So for example, this is just a stupid thing, but if I wanted to make Pawn the thumbnail, I could park him in any part of town and then take a photo or something from all the way over here, a screenshot or something. Still don't know if I actually get an in-game camera from Pawn later on. The Signorina has gone inside. See? Signorina? Signorina. Or maybe she's out in town. Oh, there they are. No TV. I mean, this doesn't seem like the kind of place that you would want to ruin the natural decoration with a TV by, but it just means that they'd have to watch TV in some other part of the house, I guess. I don't know. Are these people part of the generation that don't necessarily need the TV to have a good time? Just sit in front of the fireplace and talk to each other, play a game of chess, have some tea.
Hey.
Well, have you found anything, Caproni? I have news about the theft. I'm listening. Chia was also robbed. A skeleton key went missing a few days ago. The thief used Chia's skeleton key to leave the villa, for some reason. How can you be so sure? The key has a flaw. It makes a very loud noise when it's used. That was the racket you heard from your study. I'm impressed, Caproni. You seem more like a police officer than a student to me. I'd like to keep going with the investigation. Could I look around the rest of the villa? No. Great. I won't let you Did you say no? I don't want you investigating the matter any further. At least not in my house. Why? I value the peace of my home very highly, Caproni. I don't want any more commotion. I see. Behind that door isn't a study, is it? It's actually your secret sex dungeon, and you just don't want us to see it. Would you know anything about that, Mrs.? No, it's probably not a sex dungeon. But I ask you respect my decision. The situation seems to have been sufficiently investigated to satisfy your curiosity, don't you think? Yes, of course. I understand. How'd the thief get in? I still don't know how the thief got in. He couldn't have been with the skeleton key, or you would have heard it. That is not a question I wish to answer. But since they got in once, they could get in again. You're right, but next time I'll be prepared. I know how to defend myself. And the stolen goods, of which there were none, apparently. We still don't know what the thief stole. Why are you so sure something was stolen? This theft was carefully planned, too carefully to have missed the goods. Do you have any evidence to confirm this suspicion? My instinct. That's not sufficient evidence, is it? Brilliant deduction. You're going to be a great detective. Listen, I appreciate your concern. You're a good person, I can see that. But I'll take care of the matter myself. Marciello Gattoni won't be busy forever. Alright. Shouldn't you be more concerned about finding somewhere to stay instead? Do you know where I should look? I'd imagine you have a lot of contacts around town. Well, my husband may know many things, but he has his head in the clouds when it comes to practical matters. What an exaggeration. To each their own, dear. Anyway, you should ask my goddaughter. Her name's Gemma Conigli. Ah, the Coniglis. That's why... I see. That's why I had the option to go in that previous episode when I was knocking on all the doors. Because I will be going in there pretty soon. I didn't meet Gemma, did I? Did I? I don't think so. I met Gemma recently. She's really nice. Oh, I'm glad you're settling in quick. She's such a chatterbox. As you may have noticed, always knows everything about what's going on in town. I'm sure she'll be able to help you find a home. Thanks for the tip. And thank you for your hospitality, both of you. Come back and see us soon. I'd be happy to serve you some more brioches. A new home. I must find somewhere to stay for the night. Beatrice suggested I talk to Gemma. She could help... Oh, she could help me. I see, Gemma. I forgot. That's who we talked to over at the coffee stand. Right. I remembered the name Conigli being as the name in front of the door. But I forgot that Gemma was Gemma Conigli. Or Conigli? I don't know. I don't know Italian. Signorina. Have you met Pawn? He's an exuberant boy, but has a good eye for details. His perspective on poetry is not quite 2020, though. Got anything more for me? I have to admit, I am impressed by how you handled the situation at Signora Lucia's. Most would have kept their distance in the face of her fury. I don't say it often, but I am impressed. Word travels fast, although I guess we told him. I apologize, but I have a lot on my mind at the moment. Have a nice day. I think with that, our first day here in beautiful Borgo Marina is finally coming to a close. Perhaps tomorrow is when the whole life simulator aspects will finally come into play, Although we did have that rather long tour with Pawn, which is a huge aspect of the whole life simulation thing. Maybe we'll tour around town with someone else next time. Who is going to be our final tour partner? I don't know. If we don't have to choose. It'd be nice if we could go on a group tour with everybody. But I don't think this is that kind of game. We'll be settling in for the night shortly. Now would be a good time to take a break.